Oh, we're in the wrong scene. Alright, let me know how it plays, y'all. How we doing tonight? Yeah, how we doing tonight? Saying everything twice. I feel like it's a little choppy. But we will see. Alright, Nibbler recommended this game. Well, he didn't recommend this game. He said, check this shit out. It's a game about fucking chickens. And I like my noir cop games. He knows that from LA Noir. And this is a noir chicken cop game. So, without further ado, let's get it out. Dead men are heavier than broken hearts.
I ran out to get a pack of cigarettes, but I left my wallet at home. Yeah, that's me. I'm getting old. My name is Sonny Featherland.
Sonny Featherland, eh?
An investigator for 20 years. And once the star of the predatory division of the Clawville Police Department, one half of the legendary Chicken Police. But buying a pack of smokes is more than I can handle right now. Maybe I should just lay low. Yeah, I'll do that. The most colorful place in the wilderness. For all the gods, what bullshit. The last clucking color left this city years ago. And slowly I'll turn gray, too.
Chicken Police.
Still, what do I expect? We're living in a vast experiment and don't even notice that everything got clucked up a long time ago. We believe in this wonderland of peaceful coexistence. Wolves and sheep, chickens and hounds. Yeah, sure, why not? It's just ridiculous. The dog eats the chicken. It's in our nature. I'm not propping up the illusion anymore. 121 days, and it's over. Retirement.
Oh, he's getting out.
What could possibly go
days,
wrong?
4 months. Plaza City District, yada yada yada. Oh, who are we right here? Is that a cow? What the hell is she? Doe?
Ah, crap. My office lock is a piece of shit if a dame can pick it. She stood in the darkness. The light painted stripes on her body. It whispered secret little things that were never there in the first place. But she was no zebra. Reality was just a light switch away. Elizabeth or Charlotte? I was sure she'd have a sophisticated-sounding name. She had a bygone look in her eyes. Older than this ancient building, and perhaps the whole city itself. Or maybe I'm just drunk. But she was the first womanly thing in my place for a long time, so I had to give her a chance.
Hang on 1 second. All right. Is she a deer or a cow? I can't really tell. Alright. Seems to be playing all right. The menu screen was lagging. We seem to be all right there. All right.
She doesn't seem so dangerous that I need to grab my gun, but you never know. My last cigarette. You're lucky I don't have a light, pal. My wallet and my badge. The wallet is real. The badge ain't. Chief Bloodboil took mine, so I got this one out of a pack of cornflakes, just in case.
Okay, so there all there is there. What is this? It used to be a nice place, now we're continuing so you get swallowed by Decay first. Hotel's winning, but honestly, that's not enough. Santino, Sunny, Featherland, Marty Mac Chicken. It's Marty Mac Chicken. Alright. Oh, we got stats. Alright. That's the map. That's our inventory.
I haven't dusted you off in a while, partner. Looks like I may be needing you now.
Alright, let's talk to her. Let's look first.
Who is this dame, anyway? And what the cluck is she doing in my apartment on New Year's Eve?
What the cluck is she doing?
Let me introduce myself. My name is Deborah, Miss Deborah Ibanez.
Okay.
You're mistaken, ma'am.
Oh, really? Please enlighten me, Mr. Featherland.
I'm not a private eye. I'd recommend Mr. Philmar Lowe instead of me. He's a nice guy.
Philip.
Believe me, Mr. Featherland, it's not an accident I came to you.
Look, miss, I work for the police, and I'm currently on leave. I couldn't accept private commissions even if I wanted to. Not even from a classy dame like you.
Am I that easy to read?
That's my job. But tell me, since you've invited yourself in, would you like a drink?
I don't usually drink.
Well,
That's what they
I've
all
gotta
say.
have one. And it'd be rude of me to drink alone. So, maybe some sherry?
If you insist. But bourbon, please.
Ah, thank the wild ones. That's all I have.
Okay.
What a coincidence.
So come on, spill it from the beginning.
Yeah, what are we here for? Sure, it's errands for employers. This good lady, but I don't think she's from particularly wealthy or an Impala, okay. So she's like a deer. Pretty and fragile. Nothing special.
Legs that go on for days. Deep, dark eyes. Silky skin and voice. You're in big trouble, pal. That's better. Now, if I understand correctly, your mistress is receiving threats. What kind of threats, exactly?
It's a very strange matter. First, there were letters. Then it came printed on a wine bottle's label, sent as a gift. Then carved into a brick, thrown through the window. And finally, they painted it on the wall of the house in giant red letters.
Red letters.
I think it's time to dig a little deeper. If you don't mind, I'd like to ask you some routine questions.
Please, that's why I'm here.
New function, question. The victim and ladies targets of strange threats. All of them are written. took you to ask a question. Focus on what you know about the suspect. Is he or she suspicious? Concentrate on that. Subject unknown. With fellows that are suspicious, you need to concentrate on that. Focus suspicious, impressions, suspicious, detective meter. Okay? Is he suspicious? I am suspicious. Why are you suspicious? Gather impressions from the suspects. Every impression adds a new question. New impression, yada yada yada. So many options. Detective meter is your best friend. It shows you how well the questions go. Keep it on the positive side, okay?
I must be cautious and smart. This dame seems shy, which I can use to my advantage. But I must be careful about what I say to her, or I can scare her off. Let's start gently, and when the time comes, we can go in hard.
That's what she said. Okay, so who exactly are you?
Who exactly are you, ma'am?
I'm not somebody important, Mr. Featherland.
You're important enough to deal with such a delicate matter, right?
I carry out the wishes of my employer, nothing more. This means simple paperwork, most of the time.
You've been thrown into deep water, sweetheart. Tell me, can you even swim?
Believe me, this is just as unpleasant for me as it is for you, if not even more.
Alright, which part of the city do you live in?
You're not very confident. Are you sure you're all right?
Yes, excuse me. I'm just a bit nervous. I've never done anything like this before.
That's what she said.
Breaking into the apartments of strangers isn't that big a deal. Some people do it as a hobby.
Please don't make fun of me, Mr. Featherland. This is hard for me as it is.
You're right. Sorry.
That wasn't a good one, okay.
Did you come alone? All by yourself?
I took the subway, then the tram, and then I walked. It wasn't easy to find this place. And to be honest, I had to be discreet.
Why does she need to be
Yeah. Well, I think I'm starting to get the picture.
This is quite unpleasant for me.
Why did you come to visit
why
me?
did they send her?
Why not your employer herself?
My employer is Miss Natasha Katsenko. She hasn't
Katsenko?
been leaving her home lately, only if she really has to.
Well, she's getting threats.
How so?
Miss Natasha is afraid. She's scared because of those unwanted messages, and everyone knows who she is.
So she's that kind of woman.
I don't know what you mean.
Of course you do, Deborah. Thank you, by the way. We're finally getting somewhere. We avoided the point long enough. Deborah's hiding something, no question. Let's focus on that.
Okay, we've avoided the point long enough. Deborah's hiding something.
What exactly did you expect by coming
Yeah,
here to meet me?
Jump in.
I expected your help, just like my mistress said.
Well, that's very nice. But have you seen this neighborhood? Have you seen this wreck called a hotel? Who were you hoping to find in a place like this?
Someone reliable.
Well, I am reliable.
And discreet.
That's right.
And thorough.
No question about that.
And has a heart of gold.
Okay, let's stop it right there. Are you in some sort of jam?
Nothing of the sort. There are simply things better left unsaid.
Then you're wasting my time.
I trust your instincts. You'll manage it.
Yeah, and I have no other choice, right?
To be honest, no, Mr. Featherland.
All right.
Not really.
That's kind of creepy.
Have you ever felt truly vulnerable?
Honestly, very often, Mr. Featherland.
Great, because that's exactly how I feel right now, Deborah.
I'm sorry if it's too unpleasant for you, but we had no one else to turn to.
You know, I get that a lot, and it never ends
Are we
well.
lagging? We are lagging. The whole thing is.
Do you like
Sound okay?
happy endings?
Not
like
in
happy
books or
endings.
movies, but in real life it would be nice for a change. But this is Clawville. Not many happy endings.
I knew you were romantic at heart.
If what's between me and my whiskey could be called romance, then yes, maybe, a little.
Yeah.
If you won't come clean, what's the point of all this?
But, Mr. Featherland,
I'm sorry, sweetheart, but I'm way too old for this game.
please, just think again. For me and my mistress's sake.
Oh, we just lost it all.
Tell me,
Because my mistress trusts you.
should that be enough?
If you really like what she thinks you are, then yes.
Damn, what can I say to that?
Look, I didn't mean to back you up against the wall.
You have a way with words, sweetheart. Did you ever want to be a cop?
Sweetheart.
No, not for the world.
Heh, smart answer.
Can we? We can't get out of this. Okay.
Be honest and tell me what you're so afraid of.
You know, Mr. Featherland, my mistress's partner is Hobart Wessler. Or as most people know him,
Ibn Wessler, the Kingpin.
Dun dun dun.
exactly.
Feathery gods, help me.
So you get it now. The secrecy.
To put it mildly, I think I understand it all. Wessler. This little piece of the puzzle changes everything.
All right, decent cop. So you do it, partner. Not quite like old times, but you still got it. Should we retry it?
I must be cautious. Who exactly are You're important.
I can't
You've been
believe
Skip
me.
through it all.
You're
think
not
that
very
helped
Yes.
us.
breaking it.
Please don't.
You're right.
No, that one didn't help us.
Did you come along?
I took the...
Yeah.
This is...
Do you even know what you want? What?
I'm making...
Well, okay, sweetheart.
I'm sorry I wasted your...
Wow, we're totally fucking this up.
Why did you come?
My...
House.
Miss...
So,
I don't...
of course, we avoided the point long enough. Deborah's... How did you get this address? I'm sure it's not in... Are you in some sort of... Have you ever felt... If you won't come tell me, Deborah. Be honest and tell me what...
Alright, we gotta retry that one.
I must be
Sure.
cautious and
Alright, who exactly are you?
Who exactly are you, man? Tell me, which part of the city do you live in? Calavera Hills? Flowerville, maybe?
What up, Nibbler?
Look, I don't want to answer that. I'm here on behalf of my employer, and not on personal business.
Fair point, Deborah. Let's try a different approach.
Why did you have to visit me this particular evening?
Why did you have to visit me this particular evening?
I have my reasons. I may look like a silly little fawn, and maybe I am, but I still have common sense.
I don't doubt that for a second, Miss Ibanez.
This day is essential to my mistress, and she thought it's also important to you.
A message in itself, for sure. But to be honest, even you are.
Okay.
You know what? I'll just take that as a compliment, even if it wasn't meant as such.
Why did you come to visit me?
I think that was right.
Why not your employer?
My employer is Miss Natasha Katsenko. She hasn't been leaving her home lately, only if she really has to.
How so?
Miss Natasha is
This is our
afraid.
third try at
She's scared
interviewing
because
her.
of those unwanted messages, and everyone knows who she is.
So she's that kind of woman.
I don't know what you mean.
Of course you do, Deborah. Thank you, by the way. We're finally getting somewhere. We avoided the point long enough. Deborah's hiding something, no question. Let's focus on that.
That's not right. One or three.
What exactly did you expect by coming here to meet me?
I expected your help, just like my mistress said.
Well, that's very nice. But have you seen this neighborhood? Have you seen this wreck called a hotel? Who were you hoping to find in a place like this?
Someone reliable
Well, I am reliable.
and discreet
That's right.
and thorough
No question about that.
and has a heart of gold.
Okay, let's stop it right there. Are you in some sort of jam?
Nothing of the sort. There are simply things better left unsaid.
Then you're wasting my time.
I trust your instincts. You'll manage it.
Yeah, and I have no other choice, right?
To be honest, no, Mr. Sutherland. Not really.
Shit, I forgot what it was.
Don't you think this whole thing is a little suspicious?
Look, Santino. I'll explain everything.
I have no doubt about that. You look just the type, sweetheart. No offense.
I'll take that as a compliment. Or maybe I'll act like I haven't heard it.
You see, we're starting to understand each other. Tell me, Deborah,
The other one I lost
why should
40
I
points
believe you
for.
at all?
Because my mistress trusts you.
Should that be enough?
If you really like what she thinks you are, then yes.
Damn, what can I say to that?
Look, I didn't mean to back you up against the wall.
You have a way with words, sweetheart. Did you ever want to be a cop?
No, not for the world.
Heh, smart answer. Be honest and tell me what you're so afraid of.
You know, Mr. Featherland, my mistress's partner is Hobart Wessler. Or as most people know him.
Ibn Wessler, the Kingpin.
Dun dun dun.
Exactly.
Feathery gods, help me.
So you get it now. The secrecy.
To put it mildly, I think I understand it all. Wessler. This little piece of the puzzle changes everything.
Living legend. Perfect job, exactly how you would have done 10 years ago. Beware Clawville, Sony, Featherland, and the Chicken Police are back in action. Important clue, the employer, Natasha's current significant other, is the infamous gangster, Ivan Wessler.
Books I'm never gonna read. Maybe nobody ever has. I don't see colors anymore. Only emptiness. Everything faded. I need another drink. I don't even know where the key is. Whatever's inside is gonna stay there forever.
Nice work, partner. What's the achievement for that? Looking around.
The Wild Gentlemen. Those guys rebuilt the city after the Great Fire of 867. My heroes when I was a little chick. I'm starting to think they should have left Clawville as it was, burned to the ground.
Wow, he's really pessimistic.
We used to be star cops a few years ago. Tabloid press, radio interviews, and even a book series. I don't miss those days. Of course, Marty, my old partner, would disagree. He just loved the spotlight. M.B. Davis, the eternal king of jazz. The photo is from the days of jazz prohibition. I only heard the old man live one time, but I'll never forget that night. And not only because I woke up at the harbor without my gun, my badge, and my pants. The good things in life don't last long. The best ones always leave first. I saw that in the window of a shoe store. I never understood it, or what it had to do with shoes.
What?
This is one of the most beautiful memories from my old life, before Molly left me and took our daughter.
Oh, she was a parakeet. Oh. Now we can actually see him.
I wanted to travel the world when I was a kid, but I think I'm gonna end up dead in here, whether I like it or not. I promised myself I'd write a novel one day.
Still got time.
I don't even know what these papers are.
Alright, you can't call 911. Alright, we did everything with the bedroom.
Legs that go on for...
We already saw that.
Why don't you take it to the police? Just go there and file a report. Photos, flashing lights, fingerprints, you know the drill. The evidence is very clear. Even a moderately talented detective could easily wrap this case up. Or just try the phone. 555-111.
555, we're gonna need to know that. Remember that number. Oh, I forgot to put the game title. It's not even an option. YouTube does not know this game exists. That's really funny. Oh, there it is. Maybe if I spelled it right. Alright, why don't we just call the cops?
Please, take a look at this.
Well, okay. Let's see.
What does it say?
I know Molly very well. Please note this when deciding whether or not to accept my assignment. Miss Ibanez is a trusted friend. Treat her as gentleman. N.
I felt like I'd been hit on the back of my head with a blackjack. Reality tilted. Molly. Good gods. What was her name doing there? I glanced at the opposite wall with the well-worn picture frames.
This old lady that
Like
walked
an
out.
eternally dark hole in the wall. A missing piece. She was wearing a light silk dress and singing a lullaby. The waves caressing her
that, no
beautiful
way.
long legs.
But we'll have fun playing it.
Why Molly? Why now?
Mr. Featherland? Santino, are you all right?
What the hell is this supposed to mean?
I don't know anything, Mr. Santino. My mistress told me to give
Bullshit.
this to you. She said you'd understand. Don't you?
Oh, of course I understand, Miss Ibanez. I get it very well. But this case is becoming more and more confusing. It's starting to look like blackmail.
Blackmail?
Don't play innocent with me.
But
All right. When can I visit?
visit me?
Not you, Miss Katsenko.
Oh, yes. You can find her at the Tsar Club.
Didn't you tell me she's not the social kind? That she's especially unsociable? Or does she only like loud and crowded clubs?
Yeah.
No, she's really not like that. But she owns the place.
Judging by the flyer, it must be a very busy club, especially on New Year's Eve, right?
I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding Miss Katsenko, but there's one small problem, Mr. Featherland.
What would that be?
Let me guess. Mr. Wessler better not know about my visit.
Exactly. How did you know?
20 years experience, ma'am. Oh, and please, call me Sonny.
It was a pleasure to meet you, Sonny.
I'll talk about the rest with Ms. Katsenko in person. A good friend of mine would be happy to take you home if you'd like.
I'd appreciate that, Sonny.
Who's the rabbit? Alright, the victim, a lady, is targeted strange threats, although written. Mysterious messenger, Mr. Ibanez. His employer is a certain Miss Natasha Katsenko. Natasha's current significant other is the infamous gangster. We'll find her at the club. Natasha must know my wife Molly from somewhere, or perhaps she has a very good informant. Let's find out what the connection is. Okay, so that is each page on that. Alright, so shares errands for employer. Sophisticated lady, don't think she's from wealthy or functional. She's afraid and she's secretive, or she's just secretive and an outstanding actress. In any case, not everything she told me is true. I'm pretty sure about that. Her employer currently bolsters the ranks of Wessler, to put it mildly. What do we got on her? She's a cat. She's remarkably green eyes and is definitely in trouble. So am I. Alright, she's getting threats. Girlfriend of a gangster. She owns the Tsar Club. Who's Lewis? Lewis, come fetch Lewis. An old friend of mine. He's stuttering heavily when he talks. Owner of the Alice Hotel. He's his landlord. Only two of us in the hotel. He loves detective stories. 555-932. All right, who's this guy? Oh, this is Wessler. He's a rat. Of course he's a rat. Good-looking, charismatic, and a clicking gangster. Get the cluck out of here. One of the most well-known gangsters of Clawville, real estate mogul, bank director, yada yada yada. What was this fucker's number? 932. Alright. I looked that up without you. There's kids out there going, what the hell is that? Is that a phone? Lewis? Lewis?
Hey, Lewis. Am I bothering you?
No. Of course not, Sonny. Old friend, what's up?
Could you come over? I've got a favor to ask if you're not busy.
For you, anything. Just a minute.
Lewis arrived a few minutes later. He lived in the rooms above, so it wasn't difficult getting here. Not to mention that he's a rabbit. It was a quick hop. The Atlas Hotel was his inheritance. It was once a well-renowned place, but not anymore. The last economic crisis ruined it. And now, besides me, he was the only resident of this enormous place.
Yeah, we actually just figured that out. Thanks. Lewis looks creepy.
The good old rabbit. I can always count on him, even on New Year's Eve. Thanks for being so quick, Lewis. Can you drive Miss Ibanez home? I have some things to take care of.
Why's he got clothes on, too?
Of course, Sonny. You know, anything for you.
Thank you for being so considerate, Sonny. I appreciate it.
Don't mention it.
Goodbye, then.
So long, Deborah. Before I visit the club, I have to take a detour. I've got a feeling that this case isn't going to be a one-man job. And there's only one bird in this city I can trust. My ex-partner, Marty. He's going to be at the station. I can only hope he'll be willing to talk to me.
Marty McChicken.
Could I ask you a few more questions?
Feel free, Sonny. I've already told you more about myself than I wanted to.
Afraid you'll get your hands dirty?
I'm afraid I already did.
You think my whereabouts aren't a secret?
Do you think they ever were?
Well, I was hoping.
Clawville is a big city, but not so big that Santino Featherland can hide in it.
Oh, please. Flatter me more. So, Ibn Wessler, eh? You know you could have dropped the bomb a little earlier.
If I started with that, I'm sure you would have thrown me out.
You're right. He's one of the most dangerous gangsters in the city.
I only know he's an influential businessman.
Isn't that the same?
Not even you can see the world as that black and white. Sonny, I've already told you what I know. I've never read the message. My job was to give it to you and nothing more.
I don't believe
You
it.
really are this innocent, aren't you?
I'm not sure I get what you mean.
Let me give you some advice, sister. Leave the city and get as far as you can from the likes of Ibn Wessler.
It's not so simple, Mr. Featherland. My mistress needs me.
Is she really that important to you? That you drive around in the dead of night to questionable places to deliver messages you know absolutely nothing about?
I would do more than that for her.
I see. You're smooth. Real smooth.
Thank you, Mr. Featherland.
Sonny, please. Just Sonny. So this Natasha dame.
Look, I'm just the messenger. You have to talk to my mistress about the details. Miss Katsenko
Look at
is very
creepy-ass
clear
Lewis.
on this matter.
I see. But
Please, Sonny, let's not make this even more uncomfortable.
I get strange.
okay, understood. Let's drop it.
Thank you.
How do you save it?
I can always count on you. Thanks, old buddy.
Don't even mention it, my friend.
You got anything planned for today?
I thought I'd visit a nightclub. It's New Year's Eve, after all.
Lewis gonna hang
Well,
on
I
this?
didn't mean to hold you up.
I'll ask a favor of you someday.
I owe you a lot of those, don't I?
That's true. I don't deny it.
Behind that door lies the kingdom of dirty clothes, cigarette butts, and empty bottles.
Alright, so how do we get rid of her?
Oh, just one more thing.
Yes, Sonny?
I don't want to sound indiscreet, but this fur removal craze. Do you do this yourself, or are there specific parlors for it?
Well... Would you like to try it?
Defeather me?
Well, it wouldn't work as well with my feathers. Just professional curiosity. You know, it's yeah.
Occupational hazard? There are parlors, yes. But I do it for myself. And I do it for my mistress, too, if you're interested.
That's good to know.
Alright, so the mistress
Thank you very
is
much.
saved as well.
You're one strange bird, Sonny Featherland.
Well, I've been called worse.
I have.
I can always count on...
Don't.
Take care, sweet.
You too.
Alright. Scene types. Main scenes. Main scenes move the story forward. These scenes also determine which locations open up or close down. You need to complete all these if you want to beat the game. Limited scenes. These limited scenes are open for certain duration, which is determined by the main story progression. If you are a completionist, be sure to visit all of them before you move to the next main scene. Closed scenes. These scenes can be reached for any time for the time being. This state will often change throughout the story progression and to run permanent. Top tick. Pick the next main scene if you're absolutely sure you don't want to visit any of the available limited scenes anymore. You may not be able to visit them later. Alright, I guess we gotta go to the Clawville PD.
It was New Year's Eve, and I was driving, half drunk, risking my whole life's work. But still, it didn't feel any different. Every day was the same. And the 121 days I had left till my retirement seemed like an eternity. When I look out the window of the hotel room I call home, I see the same thing every day. A woman in a red nightgown dances slowly in circles to smooth music. The 9 o'clock show, with a glass of cheap bourbon and the red gown
Is it
with the
James Bond
silent
intro?
music. In the meantime, the proud city of Clawville is slowly eating itself alive. And we're still here, with nothing left to lose but our sanity, while others, the smart ones, had already gone. Molly. Does her name really upset me this much? All those years of solitude, and I still jump without question every time I hear it. And then there's Marty, my ex-partner, who hates me. But I know I have to speak with him, no matter what.
Party big chicken.
Why do I feel like the past is watching me on this goddamn night?
Berlin Praga. Chapter 1. Detour.
I knew where to find Marty. At the station, we'd always draw straws about holiday duty. Marty never joined in. He always took the New Year's Eve shift, even though he had someone to go home to. I understood. 10 years ago, we survived a night the press called the Bloody New Year. Forgotten by Clawville, but not by us. We both left parts of ourselves behind that night. Back in the day, I used to patrol the city's streets in one of these. I don't miss it, but it used to have its advantages.
Full of holes.
This happened when that old bloodhound, Blood Boil, was promoted to chief of police. The Castilia clan thought this would frighten the old hound, but they were so wrong. Retaliation came the next morning. Raids on 4 warehouses, a dozen bad guys dead, and twice as many busted. Nobody messed with old Blood Boil after that, or Chief Marrowbone, as they call him around here. Could have been fixed up ages ago, but it was the chief's explicit demand not to. They can say a lot of things about the old hound, but he's got a sense of drama for sure. Could have been fixed up ages. Every time this poster disappears, good old Blood Boil puts it right back immediately. I tore it down at least 3 times already. Actually, it's a kind of passive-aggressive game for us with the chief.
We need you citizens for the crown.
Phyllis and Royce. 2 hedgehogs with an arrogance typical of novice cops. They're as prickly as they look. Officious little shitheads, but harmless.
Well, look at that. Hey, Sonny, what you scratching at over here? I heard the big boss threw you out.
Tough luck, boys. I may not be on duty, but I'm still a cop, just like you. Well, more than you.
Hey, you don't have to be so peckish, old bud. By the way, you're on luck. Blood Boil's not in tonight. Malloy is in charge.
Oh, God. That clumsy buffalo is here tonight. If he doesn't end up in a cell again, he's lucky.
You got it.
You looking for Marty,
You
eh?
got it. Looking for Marty, eh?
I see you're still the brains around here, Phyllis. Yeah, I'm looking for Marty. Birds of a feather flock together.
I see you're still the funny guy round here. You'll find the giant feather duster at the shooting range. As always.
Hey, Royce, I'm telling you this because maybe you'll be able to understand. If this prickly shithead makes another racist remark, I'll strangle him with his own raincoat.
What did he say was racist?
I'd love to see that.
Hey, whose side are you on,
Oh,
you
feather duster?
jerk?
Here we are again, Clawville Police Department. I've never been good at history, but if I'm not mistaken, this place has been a church, a hospital, and even some insane cult's secret hideout over the years. Anyway, the place holds the secrets of the ages, and some drunk pigs in the basement.
Everybody likes drunk pigs in the basement. Look at that guy. Mort, Bosco, Officer Barkman, Officer Jardine. Behind the
Nobody drinks this shit. I've never tried it, but I'm pretty sure it's gross and probably toxic.
This is on the Switch too. I'm trying to figure out how to save your game. Did you just save? I haven't seen it save. I don't pay attention to this shit. Talk to Monica.
Monica Rosen. Receptionist in theory, but in reality, she's doing literally everything around here. Like the beating heart of the PD. She's too good for this place. Even for
What
this
up, Kendrick?
city.
We playing some motherfucking Chicken Police, homie. We are Santino Sonny Featherland. And we're looking for our ex-partner, Marty McChicken, to crack the case with, what's her name? We gotta go find, Natasha Katzenko. And Deborah Ibanez brought us the case. There's our homie Lewis. We haven't met Mort, Bud Oil, those guys yet. We're still getting there.
Hey,
Talking to
Monica.
Hey, Boss Bird. What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be celebrating somewhere?
Every day's a holiday since I got out of here.
I can tell. But what are you doing here? Are you here for a file? You know, I'm a little busy right now.
Yeah, you could look after a few things for me, but first I'd like to talk to Mr. Big Beak McChicken himself. Those two prickly assholes told me he's emptying the
That
magazines
Katzenko
in the
chick's gotten threatened, man. We gotta crack the case.
Like always.
So I think it's kind of like
And
an
if he
LA
carries
Noir,
on like
like
that, he's gonna use up all our
getting
ammo.
clues
So it would be
and
nice if you
everything.
drag him out of there. You know how this day is for him.
For him?
You know I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so just sign here and you're good to go.
Thank you, darling.
Don't mention it, Boss Bird.
What do you know about the Czar Club?
Nothing special. I've never been there. It's a famous place, though. Expensive cigars, unaffordable drinks, pretty gals. All the movie stars and politicians go there at least once a week.
And all the big shot mobsters, too, I've heard.
Yeah, I was saying the same thing. Still living in the Atlas?
If something works, why change it, right?
Well, if you like it there.
Listen, Monica, you could, come by sometime. For a drink, or two, you know?
I didn't hear that, and you didn't say that.
Okay, got it.
Anything else, Boss Bird?
Do we have a file on Hobart, Ibn, Wessler?
Are you kidding me? We have a whole room just for him. Want the key? You can spend the remaining days of your paid holiday in there.
No thanks. Never mind. You're a bit sassy today, aren't you?
I'm sorry, Sonny, but I'm starting to shed my feathers because of this insane asylum. You know, New Year's Eve and Blood Boil's not here when he should be.
Somehow I'm not sorry about that.
Yeah, I bet you're not, Boss Bird. Natasha Katzenko.
Well, the cat's got a cat name,
Interesting
too.
name. Is it real or just an alias?
It's supposed to be real, but who knows? Good question.
We have nothing on her. She's either clean or uses a fake name. Maybe both, but I don't think so. Aside from that, everyone knows what I know about her. Singer, star, the #1 babe in this town, so to speak.
Thanks, little bird. It's something.
Glad I could help. Hey, Sonny.
Sure, everyth's fine, Mon. I'm just distracted.
That's nice. Life is best if you let the adventures take you with them.
Jeez, Mon. Don't read so many romantic novels.
That was one of yours, actually. From the old Sonny. You used to love saying nice little things like that, remember?
I try not to.
We can't erase the past because we are the past ourselves, am I right?
Stop that right there.
Okay, okay. I'm just joking.
What kind of personal info we got on her? She remembers all kinds of shit on us. So in the heart of the police department, she's a hummingbird in theory, but many say she's a real angel. this guy. Sugar in the morning coffee. Blood boil.
Mort Mardigan, a notorious deadbeat. Poor guy's been blind since his teenage years, but that doesn't stop him from running into trouble. What the cluck did he do this time?
What the cluck?
Mort, you scabious beast. What the hell did you do?
It's Morty to you, sonny boy. Everything's fine. There was just a bit of trouble in the bar, and someone got knocked on the head with a glass. It wasn't my fault. I'm as blind as a bat, am I right?
Did that ever bother you, Morty?
Listen, sonny boy. Go tell them to leave me alone, eh? It's New Year's Eve, after all, and I didn't even do anything wrong. Not that wrong.
Where's your little lapdog to get you out of this mess? Is that little pimp of a midget still sniffing around you?
Jesse is a good boy, Sonny. And he's good to me, believe me.
Oh, God, spare me the details. When will you finally realize that little shit's been using you?
Oh, of course he's using me. What could a pretty boy like him want from this old monster, eh? Still, Sonny, I have no one else. You understand that, don't you?
Even you deserve better, pal. By the way, you look horrible, even for yourself. Are you feeling okay?
It's been like 6 hours.
Well, I'm not what I used to be, but neither are you, judging from your voice. But I'm seeing a doctor, sonny boy. I really am. Are you?
Don't need to, Mort. I'm fine. Anyway, if Bubo prescribed you something, don't even think about taking it.
I don't talk to that insane owl.
Damn right.
Please,
Okay.
say
There's so many
something on my
characters.
behalf, okay? I really don't have time for this detective buffalo shit.
Hey, careful with that. Buffalo Malloy is the chief today.
Like I care.
I'll try to speak for you, but keep it down till then, okay? You don't need this shit, and I don't need it either.
Sonny boy, you've always been a good friend.
More like a clucking pigeon. Detective Chow Hound Bosco. He thinks he's a real alpha, but nah, he's just a lapdog.
Holy wild ones, look what the cat dragged in.
Hello to you too, Bosco. I see you're busy, as
Did you
always.
set it up, or is that for?
I've been sniffing around one of the rundown joints. You know how it goes. And boom, this son of a lizard comes flying out the window. I didn't know the lizards could fly. So, Mort was being a bad boy again. Nothing unusual. And you? Still dying?
I'm still a cop for another 121 days, Bosco. It's as unpleasant to me as it is to you.
All right. No need to bite. Wasn't trying to mess with you. You have Moses and Plato for that. And of course, Blood Boil.
Let's hope I won't run into any of them tonight.
Looking for Marty, eh? Ever since you left, he's kinda lost. He's trying to hide it, but he's not the same bird.
Oh, maybe it'll save Murray.
Well, I don't think we'll have a teary reunion, thinking about how we parted.
Let me give you some advice, Sonny. Let him rage. He'll be the same after that. Anyway, he was the one that shot you, right? You should be mad, not him.
It's not that simple, Bosco, but we'll see how he reacts. Thanks anyway.
No worries, pal.
This is gonna be a hard ride. Last time we saw each other, he had a smoking gun in his hand, and I was bleeding. I don't know how we can get past that, but it's worth a try. Long thighs and a big gun. That's Marty's idea of a perfect woman. Can't blame him for it. Hello, Cassandra. I hope we'll meet again. Oh God, I'm starting to sound like Marty.
Susie, Claudia, Linda.
Her Majesty Big Bertha. Or rather, Big Bertha 2, because there was one before her. A sawed-off little broad, but we lost her in a swamp. Marty cried for a week. But once he saw this giant lady here, the balance of the universe was restored. I believe this piece is forbidden. Cops can't use it, but this is Marty's personal collection, so it doesn't matter. At least nobody has ever complained. Marty looks good. Big and loud and angry as always.
Oh, we can shoot. Aim your guns at enemies, avoid shooting hostages. Simple as that. Points to remain time. Hostages. Right click, reload. Oh, I shot that lady right in the face. I shot her twice. Wow, we suck. Oh, I got the bomb again. That was a little bad run there. Oh, that elephant almost died. Hey, we got seconds. I didn't want to exit the game. Or do I? I do actually. And we loaded up right here. So, hey, we tested it. It's perfect. All right, next time, guys, we will meet Marty Big Chicken in the Feathers. Drop a like if you haven't already. Drop a sub if you're new. I'm getting the cluck out of here.